Cameroonians to deal with. What is happening in Cameroon has nothing to do with Amazonia. What is happening in Cameroon is an internal issue for Cameroonians and not for Amazonia. So any ghost towns declared in Cameroon have no effect in Amazonia.
Saw reports that Vladimir Putin had opened the battlefield of Pokrovsk to journalists, even to Ukrainian ones, I understood immediately what he was doing. He was transforming war into a demonstration, strategy into a message. This was not a humanitarian gesture. It was an act of realist theater. The Kremlin was inviting the world to see what the West had long refused to acknowledge, that the Ukrainian army was trapped, exhausted, and losing ground, and that no amount of rhetoric from Washington or Brussels could reverse the military facts on the ground. Pokrovsk had become the stage of collapse, a moment when political illusion met the hard edge of power. For months, Western analysts spoke of Ukrainian breakthroughs, of Russia's weakness, of turning tides that never turned. But by late 2025, the battlefield told a different story. Pokrovsk, once a modest logistical hub in the Donetsk region, had become a crucible where strategic exhaustion converged. The Russian army, learning from its early mistakes, abandoned sweeping offensives in favor of slow, grinding encirclement. It was the classic logic of attrition. Destroy the enemy's capacity to fight, not his morale. Western planners misunderstood this. They treated war as a media contest, not a material one. Yet power, as I have said for decades, is measured not in narratives, but in the balance of capabilities. By inviting foreign journalists to witness Ukraine's encircled troops, Moscow was not courting transparency, it was asserting dominance. Putin compared Pokrovsk to Mariupol's Azovstal siege, signaling to Kyiv that the pattern of defeat was repeating itself. He understood that perception shapes diplomacy. Once the world sees a collapse, it becomes irreversible. The cameras would show tired soldiers, empty supply lines, and the futility of Western aid. And when that imagery circled the globe, the political calculus in European capitals would begin to shift. Realism, long buried under moral posturing, would reassert itself. The tragedy of Pokrovsk is not merely military, it is civilizational. The West's insistence on fighting for an unattainable victory has led to the disintegration of Ukraine's statehood and the erosion of Western credibility. The stage is set not by Russian propaganda, but by Western denial. Every war ends when illusion dies, and Pokrovsk is where that death begins. The collapse unfolding there is not just of a city, but of a worldview. From the outset, the Ukraine war was framed by Western leaders not as a geopolitical contest, but as a moral crusade, democracy versus autocracy, light versus darkness. That framing doomed strategy to failure. Wars are not won by virtue. They are determined by capability, geography, and endurance. The liberal West forgot this. It convinced itself that economic sanctions, social media narratives, and international condemnation could substitute for hard power. What began in 2022 as an attempt to weaken Russia became, by 2025, a war that revealed the West's own intellectual decay. Pokrovsk is the consequence of that hubris, the place where the logic of power finally overwhelmed the illusion of ideology. The central misjudgment lay in mistaking moral confidence for strategic clarity. Washington and its European allies assumed that by expanding NATO and arming Ukraine, they could deter Moscow without crossing into direct confrontation. They underestimated Russia's resolve, its capacity to adapt, and its willingness to absorb pain. In realism, states fight hardest when they perceive existential threats. To Russia, NATO's eastward expansion and the arming of Ukraine represented precisely that. Yet Western policymakers, steeped in liberal hegemony, dismissed these fears as propaganda. They believed in a world where intentions mattered more than perception.
All money place day. We throw a salute to the brave Amazonian warriors. We throw a salute for our mommy them, our papa them, our uncle them, our auntie them. We salute all Amazonians, including our beautiful picking them. Everybody now they see what they happen for Cameroon. The political, social, and economic problems for Cameroon, they just the start. The political, social, and economic problems for Cameroon, we just did for the starting point. Cameroon, it will go through a very long period of political, social, and economic instability. The ground don't set. The IMF, immediately after Mr. Biya rigged the election, the IMF, he called the government of Cameroon for tell them say the decision for the election chaos, it don't cause an economic crisis for Cameroon, and the IMF again for put Cameroon back for which they call and say economic adjustment program. So as of this moment, Cameroon it already enter for inside economic and financial shock. We now that the IMF again for now come in for start for control the Cameroon money them for Cameroon. Whether Cameroon will get money, you know will get money. Now if we borrow Cameroon money, now if we borrow Cameroon money, how much money they give Cameroon for survive date. So Cameroon as a state on its own, it not get the money for run the country. Now they don't enter inside a political crisis. They don't enter inside a social crisis. So the problems then for Cameroon, we just did for the starting point for a very terrible, painful, and very uncertain times for Cameroon. So welcome to the doctrine of Paul Biya and the recklessness of destruction. We now welcome. Today, we got a lot to talk about. Isa Tchiroma, it don't become chuku chuku for Paul Biya, it wrote. Isa Tchiroma, it don't become chuku chuku for Paul Biya, a foot. With this, all we know, when you go bush, you go farm, or even if you work for road, and some either nail, some small iron, even for bush, chuku for your food. It be very painful, it be very difficult for you for worker, and sometimes that chuku become a poison where you end up for paralyze your foot. Any man with the chop soup with the cook and with fish, and when that fish don't scatter, you not be very careful. You go carry chugu where you don't know. You want go swallow am, you go tight for your throat. Any person who don't go through that experience, you know how painful it be. If it make you vomit all the chop will be on chopper. And if it make you bluster for come up for your throat, no matter how much water you drink, it need to go down. Then the worst part that say, If that chugu, it can't hang na for down your throat here, where even if you chook your own hand inside your own throat, for try to move the chugu, your hand not reach there. So inside Tchiroma, it don't become that kind chuku for poor Biya a throat, and it don't become that kind chuku for poor Biya a foot. That the place this way, who did it? The question we all man the ask come, and people they want to know what is next for Tchiroma, and what is next for poor Biya. We then now for a very big fight. Cameroon, as of this moment, it get now 2 presidents. As of this moment, Cameroon, it get now 2 presidents. You get president-elect Tchiroma, and then you get an impostor president, an election thief president. So now you get 2 presidents. The real president-elect, the one when the people they elect for office. The one when the people they choose. And then you get the one way na yourself the force is serve for one be president. Then you get the one way na yourself the impose itself for one be president. Na Paul Biya that. Paul Biya na a president impostor. Paul Biya na an impostor president. Where he try for force itself for be president. Paul Biya na the one way na he thief election for one be president. So you get 2 presidents. The one where the people they elect voluntarily because they like it and they want it, and the one where it force itself. Now the situation that way, Cameroon, it inside. Now the drama that where it enter, chop Cameroon, destroy Cameroon, turn Cameroon upside down. Cameroon, na a country now where it is upside down. Nobody know what go happen tomorrow. Nobody know what they come. Nobody know how things they will end up. So the people then for Cameroon, their future, whether they go be na inside underwater, or they go enter na for gutter, or they go end up in fire, or he go reach the one way grr 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 tata tata tata. He go start for inside Douala, for inside Yaoundé, for inside Garoua, for inside Maroua, for inside Ngaoundéré, for Bolowa, for Betwa, for Bafoussam. All these things, they evolve step by step by step by step by step. Before we get to all this discussion, then I know say everybody be very anxious. We have to wait for hear all of this analysis and the predictions. Then make we hold on first. Cameroon president-elect Tchiroma Bakari, he don't move out a statement this morning. Before we bring una the statement for Tchiroma, make we take una first go for Ambazonia. The vice president of the Liberation, the vice president of Ambazonia Governing Council, Dr. Julius Nyi, he talked with the Ambazonian people them yesterday, addressed the people them, for provide a sense of direction, a sense of purpose, and for keep the liberation on track, and for continue for make the progress. He talks on one thing will be very, very important for all Ambazonians and to the Cameroonese people then. Make we hear what the deputy leader of the liberation, he tell me yesterday.
Cameroonians to deal with. What is happening in Cameroon has nothing to do with Ambazonia. What is happening in Cameroon is an internal issue for Cameroonians and not for Ambazonia. So any ghost towns declared in Cameroon have no effect in Ambazonia.
All right? It be as clear as if it be straight and short and straight to the point. As soon as I don't hear from the vice president, the Cameroon activists, Cameroon bloggers, where they don't condemn Ambazonians and support their government for 9 years, for Cameroon a genocide on the Ambazonian people, for Cameroon a war on the Ambazonian people. Then. No sense of solidarity, no compassion, no empathy, nothing. They stand with their government, support their government, and accused Ambazonians for their own, for the as Ambazonians who they be victims of this war. They accuse Ambazonians for being responsible for their own problems. Now we, as they talk, the segue catch coffee, now go catch cocoa. The segue catch coffee, it go also catch cocoa. Now we, the same problems would plague Ambazonia into a conflict. Those same problems, they don't visit Cameroon. And they don't play Cameroon into a civil war, into infighting, into internal destruction, into internal chaos, into internal instability, into a crisis. Cameroonese, they can't ask Ambazonians. We can't join with fight poor Biya. We can't join with fight poor Biya. Make Ambazonian forces, they can't join the fight against poor Biya, against CPDM. So, why? And the question that you need to ask yourself, why these people them, they always want make the Ambazonians, they go die for them. Make the Ambazonians, they go fight for them. All the changes, all the political changes where they don't take place for Cameroon, now because of Ambazonia. Why? There's one thing. They want shift Ambazonian liberation struggle and the Ambazonian resistance against Cameroon occupation for make and become a regime change operation for Cameroon. In that way, Ambazonia will lose its cause, Ambazonia will lose its own purpose, and Ambazonia will lose its own outcome for fight for freedom and for sovereignty. So that Ambazonia now will become part of the regime change operation for Cameroon. That is why the wise vice president, that's why the deputy commander and the deputy leader, they come for help the Ambazonian people and for send a straight and clear message to Cameroon bloggers. What did it happen for Cameroon? Now an internal problem of Cameroon. The political crisis, the political chaos for Cameroon. Now Cameroon a problem. Ambazonia getting a different fight. That fight, it not get anything for do with Tchiroma. That fight, it not get with anything for do with Tchiroma proposals. Issa Tchiroma, just like Paul Biya, now an occupier from the state of Cameroon. Paul Biya, he and Issa Tchiroma, and the Cameroonese people them, they go do their fighting themselves. When they don't finish for fight each other, whoever win will come back to the Ambazonian people for a negotiated settlement. We don't care who win. Now they fight, now they get for fight that fight, now they get for decide who govern them. Whether the one remain under Paul Biya, whether the one champion Tchiroma fight for free Cameroon, liberate Cameroon, that one a Cameroon is internal problem, no be our problem. Next, what did it happen for Cameroon today? Now a result of the conflict where Cameroon is creating for Ambazonia. The political problems where Cameroon find itself inside this fight between Tchiroma and Paul Biya for who will be the president of Cameroon. The protest, the riots, the ghost towns, the V-more, the ta-ta-ta-ta, where it happen now for La République. All of these things, Cameroon is social, economic, and political problems. A result of Paul Biya a failure, as a result of the CPDM party, their failure for settle the Ambazonian question and the Ambazonian issue. We be one them. We not be one them? Or we not be dead when Dr. Cho he continue to tell Cameroon. When Benedictwa continue to tell Cameroon. When Pascal Kiki continue to remind Cameroon. We see these things coming. We tell them. Sheikh Kavi tell them. Mami Wali can't tell them. Woman of God tell them. Cecilia Mabo tell them. ADF won Cameroon. Abdul Karim won Cameroon. Sese Kwayuk Tabe won Cameroon. We tell them, if you not resolve the Ambazonia issue, it go chop Cameroon like cancer. We tell them, we tell Diongute, if you not take the time for address this Ambazonian issue, settle this conflict and stop your occupation, give the Ambazonian people them their freedom, your persistence for maintain Cameroon in occupation under military occupation, it will lead to the end of Cameroon as a state. We tell them. We not tell them? You not say we tell them. We want them. Now, they reap, which they sow. Which the planter, they don't receive the harvest. Today, Cameroon find itself fighting itself. Cameroon found it don't. Now Cameroon now fight itself. They did now for an internal conflict, an internal political crisis between two big people them. Two giants. The country, it don't remain for middle because of stupidity. What did you see for happen? What did it happen for Cameroon? Now the failure for address and resolve the Ambazonian conflict. Now it caused all this problem for Cameroon. Also, as a result of the unresolved Amazonian conflict, now it give birth to the rise of Issa Tchiroma for counter Biya. Now the Amazonian issue, it give rise where Issa Tchiroma take them as a political opportunity for rubbish everything we Cameroon don't ever talk about Amazonia. It really rubbish them. It challenge their occupation. It challenge the history where they don't cut them, nail them, cut them, nail them, cut them, nail them, cut them, nail them. Issa Tchiroma take all those things, he put them for garbage bin, and he tell the people of Cameroon the truth about Cameroon's occupation and the failure of their attempt for swallow the Amazonian people them and call them to account. An internal auditing. Issa Tchiroma, they do an internal historical auditing. They can't check their books. They put them for their face. It be been a political move. They're not doing it because they like Amazonia. Not just a political move for gain political momentum as a political opposition person for you for be for front. Now so they play the game. So wait till Biya be things they do it not be no say they say he can sow the seed of a contender, of a challenger. The same issue will be they avoid them, they run them because it become a money making machine. Now the same issue it take them for bring the same CPDM to the grave. All right. Now make we enter for discussion proper. What's are things they do now? After they announce the rigged election results, plunge the country into riots, into chaos, into destruction, and into unrest. What's are things they do now? And what's are things they will go? What's are Tchiroma they now? What's are Biya they now? What's are Cameroon as a country? What's are things that they go? Make we hear first from the man where he win the election for Cameroon. Make we hear first. I think say before we hear from Tchiroma, I want more listen for something. Agbobala, it don't be na akpara man pikin. Agbobala na ashawo, na a political ashawo, na an ashawo activist. Any place where it smells say small better go commode, na afraid they run the go. Any place where small better day, na afraid they go. Not being a person of truth, not being a person of character. Now one of the most inconsistent human being where you go ever find her. But it do all these things in the disguise for advocacy for human rights. Now also a politician where it use human right for hide a politics of personal benefits. It start 2016, it forced itself for become president of the consortium. Okay? For use that position for get inside the Cameroon government. For you for become influential and famous. Now politics, I understand the game. So he play. He end up for one go negotiate with Biya, with Philemon Yang, for negotiate for Bamenda, with Tassan, negotiation fail, they call it for back, say they will kill the negotiations and they will offer a bribe. He fall for the, he go for go take the bribe, they go for go discuss the bribe, he end up in jail. Part of the jail, now the arrangement for kill Amazonian struggle. Alright? Part of the jail, now a deal for kill the consortium kill the struggle, make the struggle not get a leadership. Now again, the movie, they give passport, they give identity card. Every other person, they seize their passport, they seize their identity card. Every other person, they close their bank account. The only person where they give passport, give identity card, and open doors and doors and doors and doors and doors and doors for you, na Bala. Tchiroma, when I be the lawyer of Bala and Fontem, he come out for outside, talk say he don't help Bala, he and Fontem neba, for sign a deal with the Cameroon government. And that deal, na say Bala no go ever support the independence of Ambazonia. If he only support referendum and federation, now they deal that. They leave for Bala may stay for Cameroon. They ship from Temneba for the diaspora for a mission for can take over the leadership for the diaspora. Now the thing that this one I need for know. Bala remain for the staff will use Bala against Ambazonia. He endorsed the Grand National Dialogue. He lead the Grand National Dialogue. Now he lead the commission where he will be in charge for take a 1996 law, the law of decentralization, where Cameroon apply them for 23 years for bring them for the Grand National Dialogue, and then for talk say they say may they give Ambazonia their special status without any substance. Now he be one of the architects for push all those things. So any place where benefit go be for you, now for they to go choke your head, for take your money, take your own bribe, in the disguise of human rights. He don't support Paul Biya special status. Why Ambazonia they need for stop fighting? Because Paul Biya don't make concessions and give them special status, right? They do all these things in front of all now. It's time for Mr. Paul Biya back. It's time for Tanji back. It's time for Diongute back. The moment Joshua Osi can launch a platform, he go for Joshua Osi, for try for corner Joshua Osi, for things that Joshua Osi will become popular. Before he go now for Maurice Kamto, things say they say if Maurice Kamto be president, he go benefit. They go make him Minister of Justice. They go make him vice president. That one fail. He go for Joshua Osi when this election start. Start for corner Joshua Osi, start for interview Joshua Osi. When he realized and said Joshua Osi things they need to work. Once Tchiroma come up, he can't start to see the momentum of Tchiroma. He realized and said Tchiroma not get traction. He immediately jump. Forget about all the relationship we get on CPDM. Forget about all the contracts, the benefits, all the awards we Paul Biya don sending for the biggest international conferences for promoting. He forget about all those things. He jump enter na for Tchiroma. Make we hear how a person who don't stand with the chiefs, the funds, make we see how when they don't realize and say their canoe down the cup side, how they go turn against their own masters. When they realize and say the canoe where they be chop inside, waka inside, live big man life, waka for inside Cameroon freely, talk anyhow, go Ambazonia, go for Bamenda, go for Boya, go for all places for Ambazonia, make noise about normalization. They do all these things. When that canoe don't start for, when chop down the finish on inside canoe, and water down the enter inside canoe, when they know say canoe don't start for cup side, they go turn against their masters. Make we hear how Agbobala, he don't turn against his own masters. Make we hear. When I watch, Politics.
The regions, people in these regions were the reason why you decided to endorse Issa Shuma, because you believed that he is the man of the moment and that he could do something to end the conflict that started in 2016. Looking at the results in these regions that favored President Paul Biya, more than 80% in the Northwest, more than 60% in the Southwest. How do you feel seeing that? Because we've seen a lot of condemnations from people from these regions.
Maybe it was a farce. It's the biggest scam that has happened in this century. In the history of electioneering, racketeering, and death, this would go down as the biggest in the history of humankind. If you were to equate these to the gravity of crimes, these would morph to a level of electoral genocide. That is the level. It is a crime against a people with an intent to show to the world that people who for the last 8 years have been displaced from their homes, have been arbitrarily arrested and detained. Some have been named. Their villages have been burned. They have not been able to go to school. Their brothers and sisters are refugees. They would vote for the perpetrator of these heinous crimes against their people. This is the worst crime that I have seen in this country for a long time. It is embarrassing. It is disgusting. And I will tell you that the people who are part of this widespread and systematic election theft, they have lost any respect I have for them in my eyes. Whether you call them honorable, whether you call them chiefs, whether you call them senators, they are as legital in my eyes like anything. They don't need any respect in the eyes of anybody. You cannot tell me, it is unfathomable that you will tell me that in the Southwest and the Northwest, Mr. Biya had to cause in places where the elections could not be rigged, in Fako, for example, he was clearly defeated. They came up with imaginary votes. And this is something that was headed by the honorable members, senators, ministers. These are people who teach their kids that stealing, lies telling, fraud should be punished. And they use that as a badge of honor. They are using that for them to maintain their position in government. They are dishonorable persons in my eyes. And I think in the eyes of every sane and reasonable person from the Southwest and Northwest, none of them. And I don't want to use very hard language like Bibi would say, I will spit on your grapes. But what they have done to the people of this region, it's so embarrassing. It's so shameful. And they have the audacity to do after parties to celebrate. What are you celebrating? You're celebrating theft? You are celebrating scamming of people? I mean, you should be hiding your head somewhere.
Yes, just very sad. I like.
The beneficiaries, they don't turn against their own masters. When Kenu don't sink, all man will start for jump. Right? Eh, Bala? Not been a day. When Kenu don't sink, we not go start for jump. Right? Amber is watching. Not be so. Amber is watching. Would you watch? Game be sweet. When I don't start for jump, inside that water when I the jump day, crocodile dey there. Inside that water when I the jump, hippopo dey inside. When I jump, Amber is watching. It is sweet. I say they pain them, now so it is sweet us. Eh? Abba is watching. They don't reject their masters because they be think say Tchiroma go come, right? They be think say Tchiroma go come. As he be talk, he write a letter for Isa Tchiroma. Tell he say, na ye be the true representative of the Ambazonian people them. Una ye fine. Agbobala write a letter for Isa Tchiroma. Once you know say Isa Tchiroma don't win the election for popular votes, he write a letter. Tell Tchiroma say, na ye be the true representative of Isa Tchiroma. Why? Position make Tchiroma now be, you go see like the person where they will go court, they deal with you and then give you a position, Minister of Justice. As of now, some report, it don't come off outside there, say Agbobala they on the run. Report there for social media, report there for WhatsApp, say Agbobala, it is on the run. Say the CPDM party, the Cameroon military, the Cameroon gendarme, the Cameroon police, the Cameroon intelligence services, now they go after a head. Oh, now, they for WhatsApp. That report they for WhatsApp. We circulate. Say they go for Bala house for very sharp money. Bala be already run. So whether it don't run it, hide inside Cameroon, or it don't run, jump inside bush. No man, no. We hope say na bush it don't jump. For go carry stick. Now so social media talk. We don't know whether na true or na lie. But we don't check, we don't go for Balai Facebook, we go check am. We don't go say for 1 week. He never post nothing. So we don't know. All right. So what's that things there? Make we move for the next one. Tchiroma don't clean the election, win and fine. Paul Biya don't thief the election. 5 days inside Cameroon. Who's that Tchiroma day? Who's that Paul Biya day now? Now for the 5 day now. Population the fight. People here they benefit from CPDM. They the whole grass. People here they support Tchiroma. They say, una must come out. So big fight, it is inside La République. In fighting, it is for La République. La République versus Cameroon. Cameroon versus Cameroon. CPDM versus Tchiroma party. CPDM versus the population. Cameroon is fighting Cameroon. Okay? Cameroon is fighting Cameroon. As we talk. So, the big people them for the international community, newspaper people them, intelligence people them, they be move some big newspaper headline. Before the election even come out, they talk. Say, who said our newspaper article? Where they put and say, now in this, now in that one from. They talk 1 week before all these things they start. They talk say, they say, this election, they know what it will happen, but it will create consequences where no man no expect them. They know say Paul Biya go rig the election, but what it will happen after the rigging of the election, no man no fee expect them. Bala no be expect say Biya go rig the election, right? Bala no be expect say Tchiroma go the height, right? Bala no be expect say the bees they will start for key people inside Cameroon, right? Right? You don't always tell we say, una go vote. Una go vote. Vote go change all thing. That's what they start to tell our people them. Today, now you do on the wrong. So where is Tchiroma and where is Biya? Tchiroma last week and he called for a lockdown. He adopted an Ambazonian strategy. Basically, Issa Tchiroma, he don't adopt a liberation strategy for Cameroon. Oh, we'll start the discussion. Tchiroma, he need to only adopt a resistance campaign. Tchiroma need to adopt not only a resistance campaign for fight against the election thief, with the election with the thief. Tchiroma don't adopt a complete liberation strategy for Cameroon, for liberate Cameroon from Paul Biya and the CPDM party. Not be not only for get back a victory. Now Tchiroma he approach na absolute and complete liberation. So make we hear from Tchiroma we call for a lockdown of Cameroon, VMO, and the Cameroonese people they respect that lockdown, they respect the ghost town, they respect the VMO for Cameroon. Then today we number 2 day for inside that Tchiroma a call for a 3-day lockdown of Cameroon. Tchiroma don't move a liberation message. Make we hear from the Cameroon president-elect, where he says, in the height. Make we hear from Mr. Tchiroma. What he talk.
Chers compatriotes, mesdames et messieurs, à l'évaluation de la première journée de ville morte, nous avons montré au monde entier que le peuple camerounais, en dépit de tout ce qu'on peut penser de lui, il est en mesure de remettre en cause tout ce qui ne va pas et remettre en ordre parce qu'il entend remettre la maison Cameroun en ordre. Je voudrais donc rappeler à mes compatriotes que rien de grand n'a jamais été construit nulle part sans sacrifice. Je voudrais rappeler aux uns et aux autres que pèse sur notre conscience, individuellement comme collectivement, nous avons près d'une centaine de nos enfants qui sont tombés. Ils sont tombés sur ce champ d'honneur, ils sont tombés pour que nous recouvrions la liberté, pour que nous devenions maîtres de notre propre destin. Je suis très fier de vous. Vous avez jeté votre dévolu sur moi pour que je sois votre président. Je suis fier d'être le président d'un peuple qui est capable de se tenir debout, vent debout, droit dans ses bottes, pour relever tous les défis. Ni l'intimidation, ni les arrestations ne peuvent avoir raison de notre détermination. Mais je voudrais demander à nos forces de défense et de sécurité, cette bataille aussi est la vôtre. N'acceptez pas de tourner vos armes contre votre peuple. C'est votre peuple, c'est vous-même. Vous connaissez autant que nos compatriotes, sinon plus que nos compatriotes, ce qui se passe. Qu'est-ce qui est aux commandes? Qu'est-ce qui gouverne? Quels sont ceux qui confisquent toutes les richesses dont la nature nous a pourvues? Vous le savez, vous, forces de défense et de sécurité. Tenez-vous du côté de votre peuple. Ce combat est un combat du peuple. Ce peuple n'abdiquera pas. Ce peuple se tiendra debout, quoi qu'il arrive, simplement parce que aucun peuple ne s'est libéré, jamais libéré, sans sacrifice. Je suis persuadé que le compte à rebours de ceux qui sont aujourd'hui encore aux affaires est déclenché par notre persistance, par notre esprit de sacrifice. Nous y arriverons. Je voudrais également faire un clin d'œil à nos parlementaires, ceux-là qui ont refusé de cautionner l'imposture, le mensonge. Vous savez, il y a 2 présidents désormais. Il y a le président élu par le peuple camerounais que je suis, et puis il y a le président nommé par le président du Conseil constitutionnel que vous connaissez. Aujourd'hui que le peuple a pris son destin, il faudrait qu'il comprenne, quoi qu'il arrive, ils finiront par partir, parce que le peuple souverain qui a pris son destin fera tout pour qu'il en soit ainsi. Je vous remercie.
All right. For all now, when hear the Egyptian language, Tchiroma don't move from a protester, from a person where they fight for get a victory back, to now to a liberation process of Cameroon. He don't talk the language of liberation. He don't talk the language of collective sacrifice. He don't talk say no people not gain their freedom, no people not gain their liberty, No people no fit free their country without sacrifice. A pure political language of political liberation. A complete shift from the Tchiroma we see for campaign trail. Now it talk as a commander-in-chief of the movement for the liberation of Cameroon. Now a different game this, now a different time this, and it push to something completely different. Listen to the language very carefully. If you want to understand people then, pay attention to their language. Language is signify intention, it signify intensity, it signify purpose, and it signify commitment. When you hear, as all wanna know, for linguistics, any person who study linguistics, make you know say linguistics na part of the ability for detect whether they use them for lie detection. The way whether they know whether you lie or you need to lie, when they do lie detection test, not through your language. Because your language, it is send the real meaning of your, it is send the real intention of your language. Now it is signal to those things and where they connect them for your head. And where they read your speech pattern. For know if you be a liar, you be a thief, you be a scammer, and you will just be a bullshitter. All right? So when I feel know the language of all these people, they flip-flop, 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 flip-flop. And when I feel know the true language of liberators, all when I know those things. Tonight and today, this afternoon, this evening, when I pay close attention to Tchiroma language. A change in language and a change in the direction. And Tchiroma in direction, it don't change. Tchiroma need to just signal now for say, when I can't give my election back, when I move Biya, when I put me in. No. Now a complete liberation of Cameroon from the CPDM party. That means it, what it mean? What did this one mean? Now a signal every person when a member of the CPDM party must leave Cameroon. Now they signal this. A very strong signal. Every person of the CPDM party, you must run. This is the message. Now the undertone message this. You must leave. Tchiroma declare now two presidents a day. One, when are the people they elected, we talk say na ye be the true president of Cameroon. And Tchiroma don't describe Biya as a president when na Clement Atangana appointee. Tchiroma, you get hot, man. You get hot, Tchiroma. Tchiroma don't take this game. It turn him into such a smart, sophisticated game. Tchiroma don't label Biya as not as a president elected by the people of Cameroon. Number one, you be an election thief, man. Yes. But number two, now Clement Atangana appoint Biya as the president of Cameroon. So Tchiroma basically talks, they say, Biya not get the power for be president of Cameroon because a president of Cameroon, it need to be appointed by the Constitutional Council. Chai! Tchiroma. Oh boy, you get head. Something they inside, some fine thing they inside their head. You know how to use and fine. You talk the right language for the right time. You play and fine, my boy. You do fine, oh Tchiroma. You do fine. You, Tchiroma, you supposed to be number boy. You will not need you. Just cut that other part. Take your own part, oh Tchiroma. Cut Adamawa. You cut the north and you cut the far north. You just shit on you for your own corner. We're not going to be fine. So instead of all this brouhaha, All this wahala we wanna go through. You don't need to go through all this one, Tchiroma. You get a population of about 10 million people. You get a population of about 10 million, if not more. You get a population. Just take Adamawa, you take the north, and you take the far north. You go your own side. Create your own country for that side. How do we call this kind of country? All the people where they did for comment section. If Tchiroma be need for carve his own side of the country, how do we call them? Do we call them the Sahel regions? How do we call them? We not give we a name for Tchiroma a country. What do we call that country? Adamawa. And Tchiroma go join Sahel region. Tchiroma go join Burkina Faso, go join Niger, go join Mali. He go join them. So Tchiroma, you be better off than for you for the fight for all this other thing. Just cut them. Go your own side. You go create your own country. You be a cool president and develop your own country. You live and make the fight themselves. Anyway, that one be been just a joke. So the fight for Cameroon now a fight between Tchiroma, we don't win the election, and Paul Biya, we don't tip the election. So what these two people that they do them now? Now we didn't have for a fight, a contest of legitimacy. Now for what they now, a contest of who be legitimate, who get legitimacy. Now the place this whole day, now they fight this whole day. For all this fight, we not see them so. Not just a fight for create a perception of legitimacy. Whether not the protests on the streets, whether not the ghost town, because you got to ask yourself, why Tchiroma call for ghost town? Why Tchiroma not just she don't be quiet? Tchiroma call for ghost town not for demonstrate legitimacy. Now for demonstrate say the people they deal with now with tea, they not do Paul Biya. So Tchiroma they use ghost town lockdown and civil disobedience as a form for create a perception of political legitimacy. Now Tchiroma cut than this. Wetin Paul Biya his own cards for legitimacy. Number one, Tchiroma dey on the run. Paul Biya don't play the game. Now in number 8th time this where he play the game. He never ever run for an election. He never ever campaign. He need to explain himself. He just rig every election. So now in number 8th time this. He don't have to play the game. He play him for 1992. He play him for 1997. He play him again many more times after that. And then for 2018, he played the big one against Maurice Kamto. Then now for 2025, he don't play the biggest one again for Tchiroma. How Paul Biya managed to get away with the riots for 1992? How he managed to get away with the riots for 1997? It be succeed. Paul Biya is strategy, including the strategy for Ambazonia, now for use silence and for use time. During that time period then, he no will talk, he go just sit down quiet, he go leave and make people that need to talk. As when I don't see him, and the first time this way, Paul Biya claims he win an election. Even members of the CPDM party, they be ashamed for sending Paul Biya congratulatory messages. The chiefs, normally by this time, all the colonial chiefs from Ambazonia, from the Savannah states and the Atlantic states, all them, the colonial parliamentarians, the colonial senators, they would only write all kind of messages for Paul Biya for position themselves for ministerial positions. When I see and say, almost nobody need to talk. Not even the chiefs, not even the funds, not even the chiefs of Cameroon. Even all the big people them for Cameroon, no man need to talk. It takes Diongute 1 week after they rigged the election for Diongute for can call for calm. They don't stop Atangaji from talking. They don't stop everybody from making any statement. So, when if you understand, even themselves, they know say things not fine for them. Poor Biya, Tchiroma get ghost towns, lockdown, and the population, the riot of the population, for gain legitimacy. Poor Biya will still use the same state institutions we create them for Cameroon for gaining legitimacy. The parliament, it don't start the new session for this November. And that parliament, it goes swear in Poor Biya. That parliament, it goes swear in Poor Biya. The international community, not been at the responsibility of the international community for solve Cameroon their election problems. We don't understand. Cameroon election is not a responsibility of the of the United Nations, not been at the responsibility of the European Union, and not been at the responsibility of the African Union. All of these multinational institutions, they feel only offer statement of condemnation. They will condemn Cameroon, they will criticize Cameroon. At the end of the day, make we understand. Whoever persists, that same international community go work with that person. They work with Poor Biya for 1992 after 7 months of protest. They work with Poor Biya for 1997 after months and months of protest. They still accept Poor Biya as long as Poor Biya don't take those institutions for grant himself legitimacy. The international community not get no other choice than for work with Tchiroma, he work where he get him now. Now make we enter for Tchiroma business. But before we enter for Tchiroma business, make we see some images where they come out, images of the lockdown and the ghost town. Make we see how effective the ghost town they be there for inside La Republique, and if the people they respect Tchiroma, because now for here you start for measure legitimacy. So make we measure Tchiroma legitimacy. If he be successful, say Tchiroma cement himself, anchor himself through a legitimate process by rallying around the people. So make AC and help we for bringing some of those images and videos of Tchiroma, a call for ghost town.
Non, à 9h30. Fermé partout. Ici, il n'y a pas faire. Tu passes un lundi, on te bouscule avec les pouces et tout. Mais regardez.
Pura.
Oh, petit, c'est bon, là.
Sec partout, n'ouvre pas. Ah, maman mia. Comme ça, va finir avec le sécage. Qu'une activité.
Qui côté seulement le 6 novembre. Allez, l'île. Je m'en bats là, vous allez l'île.
Ça fait le fuir. Les policiers ça fait le fuir. Ici à Djaligo. Ils sont en train de fuir.
Voilà ça. C'est très grave. Bon, on dit que la maison est en garde. La maison est en garde, c'est parce que ça va persister ou ça va faire quoi, je ne sais pas. Regardez.
Madame. C'est pour toi là, on ne parle même pas.
Madame, est-ce que vous pourrez ouvrir?
Je peux bien le faire. Même si tu peux avec fermer. Si on veut me rembourser après, tu vas me rembourser quoi? C'est une vérité que moi je vous dis.
Ah bon, hein?
Si je suis sorti, si j'ai faim, pour venir m'asseoir là, c'est un client parce qu'on me donne de quoi manger.
Vous ne voulez pas ouvrir?
Non, je peux ouvrir. Même si je fais pour vous faire plaisir et après, je fais comment ça. Et quand il va acheter, après qui viendra encore acheter, il dit c'est une personne.
Quand vous êtes là, madame, quand vous êtes là pour refuser d'ouvrir là, ça va rester fermé pendant un mois. Oui.
Pourquoi je...
Oui, si vous ne m'ouvrez pas, ça reste fermé.
Vous voyez, non, maintenant ça veut dire quoi? Vous m'obligez. C'est pas ce que je veux avec.
Là, je suis à quoi? Rue Equinox. Parce que toutes les boutiques sont fermées. Pas presque. Je dirais tous les boutiques. Là. Tous les magasins. Rue Equinox.
Now image for this afternoon country people them. Tonga, Idena for West Region. The amateur image on the Siam. Na so, as soon as the taxi people the way they tonton. Some binet people them. They know they open this afternoon. Why some them they don't even tonton come for come see whether people the day where they go come buy them chop. So this afternoon for Saiso for Tonga for West Region. Now few binet people they don't open. Plenty of the other binet people them they never fit for open their binet place as well. It takes them for the market for Saiso for Tonga. So life over there as well it's supposed for day for normal day for people them for Tonga for inside West Region for Cameroon country people them and as well tell una now very few people them they don't open. Now if we compare the image for Tonga on a Monday, make we see the image for Tonga for Monday. When I feel notice I'm saying no one eye person, it no be even first come open the place. Almost all the binet place them, they be they lock for size so for Tonga for Monday. No person no be show face. Now Okada people them where they be turn up, they wait people there they fi come, they carry them go time. But they say so binet it no be really day the way where it did this afternoon for size so for Tonga. We be tonton meet up 1 or 2 people there they did tonton for road. But for see some binet place where they open, that one it be strong on Monday. Now image them this for Tonga so takes them for Monday inside West Region for Cameroon. And the road one at the Siam just right down na place where council and the workplace a day. But the whole place it be just there as well be day on Monday. We go here wait to wait this we brother be the talk for back video where he send for Tori House.
Na Tonga Zoo, West Region, today the 3rd of November 2025. No store will not be open for them. Now one people they walk out, if you see road they dry see. They right for up there you go see the council building, council that, and then for day just beside Dio's office. So Dio don't come out this morning, you don't try to encourage people, make people open, but no man never come out to see the route. Now one people they walk out. Tonga in the West Region.
Yes, Tonga is there for West Region as well, and I don't hear. We go take una go for granite and we go discover some markets. Make we show una this here. Now market this way there for that side, so for pools. Now for granite, where this market today. For normal time, if you go there, all kind thing they sell am. Anything we want buy am, you fit buy am for day. But that's why we take talk this afternoon. We will come up for that side, so for market for pools. No man, no binet man, no day. We meet up with small brother the way they did tonton inside the market. But they say so, no one eye person, no day for inside this market where it used to get plenty people them inside there for that side, so for far north region. So almost all the mommy them, papa the way they do binet, they dey outside. As well they come up for that market for pools. We go take una direct now for Betua. Una don't see the one, picking the no can school, now teacher them, where they turn up for assembly, now let them they sing their national anthem. Don't ask me whether the teacher they go enter to for class. They go teach themselves. But in some section, this for Betua, we picking them, they never so continue for the go school. So takes them. Now only teacher them, the day present, as we to read the enter for inside we here, for side, so for East Region, for Cameroon, country people them. Just now, Make we rewind hand time small. We show now so a different place every day for Monday on number 3 day for November moon. So I take Siam. Batie, so na the take Siam. People there they sabi Batie where they don't travel go day. They sabi say normal. For normal day, all the place there where they lock, they be supposed for they open. On the sea road no. Roads opposite, it get binet places them too for day where they be supposed for they open, but no one it no be open at all. For number 3 day for inside November moon, so the take talk on the people them, all the binet people them, they lock, they shit on them for house. We hear say they be don't tell them say me they come out, no man no come out. Mama Tida if you see them, they don't come put them.
All right. So when I see Tchiroma strategy, it be very important for people them to understand strategy. I be a person of strategy, all right? Because strategy they help you for be able to predict place where things that be would for be 100% correct or at least 80% correct. So when I study strategy, all these things in a strategy this. Tchiroma they use a different strategy for try for regain legitimacy and for push for a complete liberation. Now, the first stage this, every liberation process, it get a life of its own. If you put a strategy in place, but then that strategy and the liberation itself, or the protest itself, it get a natural life of its own. Not be all thing Tchiroma fit controller. Tchiroma no fit control. Tchiroma fit advise the people say, when I shut down, they go shut down. But as they shut down, now so thief people then too, they will go start for thief. That one enough controller. When people enter street for protest, if it become very violent, when the protesters them, people if even die. Tchiroma no fit control reaction of police, army, and gendarme if he only advise them. Like he don't talk where he talk today. They say, make the military, the police, and the gendarme, they stand with the people them for liberate the country. But they don't go stand with the people where they thief election. So now the places where things a day, wait till be the next step. As we be tell when everything it get a natural line. The young men and women for Cameroon, they not get the patience for wait until Paul Biya, and the CPDM people them, they run the country. Young people not get patience. They want change now. They want change fast. They know one, they do ghost town every week for 3 days. Now a slow process. It be too slow for the generation. It be too slow for a desperate people they want change. Some things that they now way, they go start to happen where they go change Tchiroma a liberation plan. They no go change them, they go change them for the better. They go change them because people they want change. And they go help Tchiroma for speed up the process for move Paul Biya for power. For speed up the process for clean the CPDM party from Cameroon. The young people, they be impatient, they want change now. They want change like when people they want chop. Instead of wait until chop they don't cook them. It go take 3 hours for cook chop. They want in a microwave chop. So if you just buy them, you put on microwave 2 minutes. Zzz, it don't hot. You start for chop. So now so all this young generation they don't get the patience. And because they don't get the patience, they go to move things into a new level. Make a tell na that new level. The new level will come for this riot when a Paul Biya cause am. The new level will come. Now the level of armed resistance. Tchiroma no want armed resistance. But armed resistance now the next natural step for this kind thing then. All the young men them for inside Douala, where they do drag, where they do aggressé. The one that for Wrong Point, for Bonaberry, the one that for New Bell, the one that for Mukolo, the one that for Nkululu, the one that for Daido, the one that for Marché Central area then, the one that from Bopi, all them, all when they do drag, when they do night walk, all when I get gone, all when I get gone. When I no place where they buy gun, when I no place where they buy cartridges. When I be on the wait for an opportunity for una for become something and for una for contribute for something where it be bigger than drag, will be bigger than aggressé. Tchiroma, he called for lockdown, civil disobedience. It don't create a fertile ground where you will see these young, desperate men and women, where Paul Biya don't deprive them of opportunity. They be hopeless, they be frustrated. The next natural phase for this liberation of Cameroon, for liberate Cameroon from CPDM, the next natural phase. Now inside Douala, you go see policemen go be killed. Inside Yaoundé, gendarmes go be killed. Inside Maroua, CPDM militants, they will be killed inside their homes. When I go hear who come for monitor say some mayor for Douala, they don't kill it. Some big CPDM parliamentarian, they don't kill inside the house. Now the next phase this of this riot will be gone for Cameroon. As long as Paul Biya and the CPDM party, they insist for forcefully govern Cameroon people them. And as long as they insist, say the one they will can't install Paul Biya and swear him in as the president of Cameroon. The next phase, we're going to see a very violent environment for Cameroon. A very, very turbulent. Guns, CPDM members, they will be killed every night. Police, they will be killed. Gendarmes, they will be killed. Even the bees, they will be killed. It come. We now watch out as things they will change radically. Now, a lot of Ambazonians, they ask, why we not just focus with Ambazonia? Leave La République, may they do their thing. Well, if you be a smart person, now what will be the best way for fight your own enemy? Now for you for directly fight your enemy, or now for make your enemy make it fight itself? Which one? Now for you for spend your own time, energy, money, ammunitions, and your own people then for fight an enemy? Or now for you sense for cause conditions inside the enemy your own side, so that the enemy now fight itself. In that way, the resources, the soldier them, the weapons, where the enemy is supposed to use them for fight you, that enemy go use them now for fight itself. So by the time the enemy won't come for fight you, it gonna be weak. It go reduce 50% of its capacity for go make sure say he survive. So when we do all these things, now part of what they call as social engineering. Now sense we use them. Forget your enemy, for being in a confused state, forget economic problems, forget political problems, forget social problems. They come and say sense. Leave them. You create conditions, cause conditions, make the enemy make his own make the enemy make him make mistakes. Where they go destroy the enemy itself. Now so they take and for fight better war. Better war, you not need for go fight the enemy. But you create the conditions and make the enemy make mistakes. We go make the enemy go spend years upon years upon years upon years and a lot of money for try to deal with the own political mistakes and the own political problems we don't create them. Now, Ambazonia don't put Biya and Tchiroma for fight each other. Ground Zero feel breathe small. Ambazonian soldiers are now, if you focus on training, if you focus on the next phase of their own plan, if you focus on capacity building. So we need to understand all these things. Now, no need for the worry. Why would I spend so much time? It be to the greater interest of Ambazonia for help La République, make La République stay in a state of constant chaos and infighting inside La République. Because now so they will be weak. They not fit fight a war on 3 fronts, on 2 fronts, on 4 fronts. They not fit. So you want them for concentrate for internal infighting, constant infighting. You want to make inside Tchiroma survive. So that may continue for be chugu for poor Biya food. May continue for be chugu for CPDM their neck. May continue for talk, for put fire, for put fire, for put fire. For the young people them. For continue for Hamburg poor Biya. For Hamburg the security forces. For put Cameroon inside tension. The one that they call them political sense. All right. We don't come to the end of our discussion for today. And tomorrow, we will come back, can give you now any other latest development and uprising. As all the people that you watch right now, all the way, we watch right now, we not subscribe. So that we'll continue to get this kind better education, a little bit of fun, a little bit of humor, a little bit of everything, but at the same time, we'll give you now the best analysis, then we'll put them together. We'll continue to educate ourselves, and then we'll continue to mount the pressure on the internal infighting for Cameroon. So if you dare here, you never subscribe, make sure you subscribe. When I help we grow now, we need to reach 10,000 followers. All right? We did now 7,700 followers. So we need 2,300 followers for reach 10,000 followers. And we not fit do one. We not fit help we reach 10,000 followers. Commit for subscribe, like and subscribe. And then you invite your family members and friends for subscribe, because we'll continue. The truth, it heal people them. The truth, the heal people them. You see Cameroon, the place we dey, now because the lies don't destroy Cameroon. The truth, it heal. So when we come for educate with truth and honesty, now for heal people, their mind them. All the people around be confused about Ambazonia. You see now, they say the last 2-3 weeks, the last 1 month, all the education we don't bring a lot of people them back into the liberation of Ambazonia. All the people that around the talk say nada una team. When I don't say they say nada people now they come back, they see how poor Biya openly rigged that election. Now the people that now that they come back, they say man, Ambazonia just need to finish this liberation struggle going on side. All the people that be the tax say nada una team, they not be 1 year about Ambazonia. Even for diaspora and on ground zero and for inside La Republic. Now them now that they talk say Ambazonia must finish the fight so that you don't get anything to do with this La Republic. Because people now they see the true colors of Cameroon. So we want to thank everybody for your participation. We thank you for your love. We thank you for this community we don't create. And we thank you for the continuous support for ACN. If you watch for ACN Facebook page, make sure say you like ACN Facebook page. If you watch for the spokesman, a YouTube channel, make sure say you like and you subscribe that YouTube channel. All right, we'll talk on tomorrow. Or when I get my phone number, if you did for La Republique, please take videos and picture. Show we how things are day for place where you day. If you also day inside Amazonia, take videos and pictures of how Amazonia don't open, how Amazonia need to follow La Republique, they are called for ghost town. We're not concerned with. When I take videos, when I take pictures, when I tell we say, oh, spokesman, na Kumba diso, all place open for Kumba. Na Manfe diso, all place, na Kumbo diso, na Boyo diso, all place open. When I make videos, when I make pictures, when I send them for we, make we continue for sensitize and educate our people then. All right? We love na plenty. All money place day as we continue to watch the political fight between Tchiroma and Biya. ACM, we thank you plenty.
Cameroonians to deal with. What is happening in Cameroon has nothing to do with Amazonia. What is happening in Cameroon is an internal issue for Cameroonians and not for Amazonia. So any ghost towns declared in Cameroon have no effect in Amazonia. Cameroonians to deal with. What is happening in Cameroon has nothing to do with Amazonia. What is happening in Cameroon is an internal issue for Cameroonians and not for Amazonia. So any ghost towns declared in Cameroon have no effect in Amazonia.